coach.
Okay, thank you. First of all, welcome on this press conference. You are a lot. It means that we are in front of an important event, so no problem for me. This is a new chapter that we started today after the World Cup qualifiers in last year. But I want to come back before we talk about the new qualifiers for AFCON. I want to come back a little bit to the qualifiers of the World Cup. I think for me it was a success with a disappointing end, because we lost the last game and that goal killed us and eliminated us to go to the playoffs of the World Cup qualifiers. But for me it was a success. We had a new team, we had a young team, we had an unexperienced team, but from the 6 games we won 4 games. We draw 1 and we lost, the last one. We had 13 points, 13. And I did a little research in the last, let's say, 10, 12 years. All the qualifiers South Africa played for World Cup and for AFCON, you had never 13 points. The maximum was 12. And another time 12 and 7. So that means that this was not so bad, what we did. And still, after our match against Ghana, there were critics. I didn't understand it. And it was worse after our friendly games against Guinea and against France. So, I don't know why suddenly there were so much critics. And I can assure you that for me, those critics doesn't affect me, because they were short-sighted and, how can I call it? Sheep. It's easy when the results are not good, starting to break off everything. Not the right choices, the coach had to resign, and so on and so on. So this is cheap and short-sighted. So I can assure you that for me, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't put pressure on me. It motivates me. It motivates me to prove them wrong, all those people. And you see, this is a part of the job of a trainer. And what I see today, what happens with Pitsu in Egypt, he won 2 times the championship, and today they killed him. They killed him because he was losing the final. So that's life. And I'm 35 years in this job, so it doesn't impress me. It doesn't impress me at all. So I will go on working, and I will try to qualify us for AFCON next year. And I'm sure that we are able to do it. We are in a group with Morocco and Liberia, 3 teams. It's a little bit different than other qualifiers. And after the draw and after the suspension of Zimbabwe, I hear already that people said it will be easy. No, it will not be easy. Maybe we have more chance now to qualify, but it's not easy. Nothing is easy. Even when you are with 3 teams like Morocco and Liberia in the group. Nothing is easy. Qualifying is not easy. So it's possible that with 2 victories against Liberia in September, that we are qualified. But we have to win 2 times. So putting all on that game or on those 2 games in September would be very dangerous. It's gambling. And you know, when you gamble, you can win a lot, but you can also lose a lot. So we will not do that. Not at all. We have to respect our opponents, even Liberia. Even that's a country who is always in the fourth pot when they are drawn. And I will give you an example. Macedonia, you can compare it a little bit with Liberia here in Africa. They are always also in that fourth pot. They eliminated Italy for the World Cup. They won in Italy, 0-1. So I want just to show you that because we are with 3 teams and because Liberia is with us, that it will not be easy to qualify. Not at all. And when you see our first opponent, Morocco, okay, we can agree, everyone, that is the best team in our group. When you see the players, the coach selected 25 players, all players from, and I look a little bit on my paper here, Sevilla, Valladolid, Eintracht Frankfurt, Watford, Fiorentina, PSG, Belgium, and so on. From the 25 players, there is only one player of the local competition. And he's the goalkeeper of Casablanca. And you saw him all playing 2 days ago against Al Ali. I think he was not so bad, huh? He was good. So that shows again the quality of that opponent of next Thursday in Rabat. So it will be a tough game, I'm sure of it. And you know, in qualifiers, when you can have a good start, it's always good for the next games. So we will try to have a good start. And I believe in a good start. What is a good start? No defeat. A draw, winning, sure. But even with a draw, I think we have a good result there. And then we have the 2 games here in September against Liberia. So I believe that we can do it. I have confidence in my team. And the only little thing we need is a little bit more support from outside. When I see what happens again in the last 2-3 weeks, and I will not go in detail, one day I will tell it, but it's not the moment now. We have to focus on Morocco. But when I see what happens again in the last 2-3 weeks, it gives me a feeling that some people don't want that we have success with Bafana. But okay, it happens. And again, I will not go in detail. I will keep the focus on the game of next week. So we have some little problems, injury problems. So we have Ronwen. We have a little reaction on the game we played a few days ago. So we will be again on training. Nothing to panic. He will be there on Thursday next week. No problem. We have Laila Ke, who get a kick in the cup final. He will be there tomorrow afternoon on training. And also Innocent Mayela. A little bit stiffness of the adductor, but also he will be there Friday afternoon. So everybody is present, even Percy. He arrived today, I think half an hour ago. So I'm very happy that he is there. I was pleased to see that he shows more freshness in his games than the previous games with us. This was not Percy Tau that we know, so I hope that I will see him again like I saw him in Belgium. A good player, a player who can be decisive for our team. The only thing I think we shall give him, or we have to give him, a little mental recovery after the defeat and the critics this team gets now, and the coach in Egypt. But I'm sure and I'm confident that with his teammates and all the others of the group, that they will support him, and that as soon as possible he will be again the guy who will be ready to play the game on Thursday, and who will help us to have a good result. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. I'll ask Ronwen just to address you. Do you guys want to move your mics over before we start with Ronwen? Happiness? Okay, so we're going to hand over to Captain Ronwen Williams. You heard what the coach says. A bit of a niggle when it comes to Ronwen. So Ronwen, please reassure everyone that you are fit, and also just your insights and thoughts, leading a team as captain ahead of this AFCON qualifier.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good seeing you guys again. Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, it's an honor and a privilege for me to be part of the team once again. Massive honor for me, even to lead this team. And, I'll do it to the best of my ability at all times. Yeah, obviously, as most of you guys know, I had some sort of injury the last few weeks, and yeah, playing the last game against Pirates, obviously I felt some pain again, but nothing too serious. I've been working with the doctors and the physios, so yeah, nothing to stress about. Coming into the camp, everyone is here. The boys are looking hungry. Boys are looking focused. Everyone is here. The camp and the mood is good. And yeah, I mean, leading such a young team, for me, it's amazing, and having been part of the setup for so long, and seeing the amazing work the guys done in the World Cup qualifiers is amazing, and I'm, like I said previously, I'm happy that we experienced the things we experienced in Ghana. It's obviously going to help the younger players, because going into the qualifiers is not easy. They make it difficult for you, and there's a lot of challenges, and I'm happy that it happened, against Ghana, so that the younger boys can get used to it and can get stronger mentally. And anything that they throw at us now, the guys know what to expect, and we won't let that derail us, from our focus and our performances. So yeah, so far so good in the camp, and yeah, we're looking for success. Thank you.
It's an honor and a privilege for me to be part of the Bafana squad, being able to get recognized by the head coach, and I'm looking forward into the game we're about to approach on Thursday next week against Morocco, in Morocco. And for me, it's a really great experience for me to be in the Bafana, hence of the work I've been putting in the season. So I'd like everyone to give me the support, and with the guys giving me the support and welcome me so good in the camp. First call up, it's not easy, but I've managed to adapt. There's so much things going on, like pressure is being there, but any kind of footballer can handle the pressure that comes with it. As we have a good mind and great spirits are up in the camp, that we prepared for the game in Morocco. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Coach Tepo from ENC, never mind the critics, because most of us here, when you are appointed, you said we should not judge you based on the qualifiers. We must judge you based on these AFCON qualifiers. So my question, Coach, you looking at your team with the experience that they've got in the AFCON, in the World Cup qualifiers, do you think now that they are ready to face difficult matches in these qualifiers? Thank you.
Yes, I think, because I said it already after the qualifiers for the World Cup. If we shouldn't be qualified, that it should be a very good experience for those young players. We had players who did their first Bafana game, so they never played for Bafana. So now they had the opportunity to play 6 games. So they learn a lot of that. You have to start somewhere. And we started in September, and I knew, a young team, unexperienced, that it could happen that in a game, because we didn't have that experience, that we should lose it. So it happens. But you learn a lot of that. And therefore also I was angry that we got so much critics after the game against France. What did the people thought? That we should beat France as an experienced team, players that playing in all the big teams in Europe. So I hoped it wouldn't not happen, but I was afraid it should happen. But still I said to myself, okay, It's not important, but the experience my players will have in that game, you cannot pay that. It's something you can't tell them. They have to feel it. So therefore, I think it has been very good. 6 qualifiers for World Cup and those 2 friendly games. And I think now we know what it's all about, and I'm confident.
Next question, Helile.
Coach, very interesting opponent that you are having. Morocco, a very strong team. They play tomorrow morning in the US, meaning that by the time they come to Bafana, they will already be fired up in terms of getting a game time. In terms of your schedule, how have you prepared to get there in Morocco? When are you leaving? We didn't really get the logistics of that. And also, besides, because you don't have that game against Zimbabwe now anymore, have you secured the second friendly? We've seen talk of Algeria and Namibia.
So first of all, as you said, Morocco is a very good team, and you know, with modern technology, you can have as much as possible information about your opponent. So with my staff, we looked many games of Morocco. So we know the players very good, we know the team very good. But still, it's a good team. So we have a plan. We have a plan. So we will see if that plan can succeed next Thursday. We know what we have to do. We know what you have to do. And one thing is very important, is to have the right mentality and to have the confidence. Because when you go to Morocco with fear, then it's better that you stay here. It's better that you stay here. If you are afraid of Morocco, don't go to Morocco. You can never have a good result. So you have to believe in your own qualities. You have to believe that it can happen. And I give you the example of Macedonia. They won in Italy. When you ask him, you want to bet for 1 rand, you will say, no, never. They can never. But we did it. So if we can believe in our chances, we have a chance. But this is very important. And secondly, about the game against Zimbabwe, and now it's a free weekend, we had some offers before, so at the end of May, from Iraq, from Brazil, but it was impossible. I didn't have the players. There were still league games, there were still cup games. Something what not happened in other countries, but here in South Africa, 1 week before, there are still things to do. So we couldn't have it, the players. Morocco is going to United States. They are playing tomorrow, or today, today. They are already together from the 26th. So, you see, we wanted the game also, but now for this weekend, it's impossible because all the African countries are playing qualifiers. So, there is a big chance that we can play the 13th on Monday after against Iran. So when we can play maybe in Doha, and because we travel to Morocco via Doha, so when we come back we stay a few days in Doha, we play there. It's not definitive, it's not everything is not done, but if it's like that, it should be a very good thing for us. And we were looking for games, but Namibia and all the rest of Algeria, they wanted us to play in Algeria. Yeah, you go from Morocco again to Algeria. They asked us to play in Oran. I know what it is, Oran, because I worked in Algeria. Yeah, okay, you can go there. But how are you coming back then to South Africa? You are maybe 2 days on the way. So it was not an option. They didn't want to come here. So we had several options, but it didn't match. So I really hope now that this game against Iran can be done.
So when do you leave now?
I'll update you on all the details in terms of when the team leaves, as well as if that other game, the friendly that he's talking against, Iran, does come through. So everybody I know is on the Safa Media Group, and I will be updating that as soon as that information becomes available. In terms of departure, the team leaves on Saturday evening for Morocco. Time is ticking, guys, and I know you still want your one-on-ones. Taking the next question here, and then Lorenz.
Coach, I just wanted to find out something from you. We've been fortunate enough to watch Moroccan teams playing in CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup. How much of that, especially the atmosphere in the CAF final, have you taken to the players, seeing that they probably watched it, all of them? How much of that is going to help, because the situation might be the same on the stands?
Yeah, I spoke to you about the experience we had against France. I don't know if you were in the stadium. Ask Ronwen. So before the game, when they are singing, what is it, the national hymn, 50,000 people were singing the French national hymn, and they put out the sound, and 50,000 people were singing. Even I get yeah. This is so. All those players there who were there didn't have that experience. So you're talking now about the atmosphere in the stadium, the Champions League final. It was fantastic. The moment they have all the little lights, but they have that experience now. They know that it can happen, so it will not be a surprise for them. And this is what I always talking about, experience. So you have to see that game of France in like that. So it was a good thing. We have that, so we know it now. I knew it, but the players didn't know it. So again, it will be a little bit frightened. I know it. I was a player too, but we know now what it is, and it will not have that same impact again that like it was in France. So okay, you know, we play in Morocco, fantastic supporters, very they are behind their team, but if we can do the other thing, then you will see what happened. They will not anymore be behind their team. So that's something what I like to do.
Thank you. Last question, Lorenz.
Coach Lorenz here. A lot's been asked and discussed in the media about your team selection, but going to your technical team, are you happy with your current technical team, or do you think that is an area of the squad that needs to be bolstered to get success in the future?
Happy with what?
The technical team.
From us?
Yes, your staff.
Yes, I think I was clear. I believe I'm confident in my team. I don't have to explain from technique and from.
No, not your squad. Your coaching staff.
Your
technical team, not your players.
You think that I have complaints about my technical staff?
I'm asking if you're happy with it.
You know, when I have complaints, I will change my staff. So they are still there. I'm very happy with them. Very happy with them.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. That's going to be the last question. We are going to do one.